I think she's laying her eggs there. Trying to dig a hole. Right here next to the garage. That must have been what that one was doing that was coming up my driveway earlier. Trying to lay some eggs. Huh? Yeah, I got it. Oh, you're playing a video. Stop that.
No, that's just, I'm recording now.
Are you?
It's been recording the whole time.
Are you sure he's peeing on me?
Yeah, it's got 20 seconds in.
Okay.
How do I do that? Just
Hit
snap.
the white button up there.
Okay. There you go, one more. There you go.
Where she's got eggs. Just let you know. Forgot to video this one. We just took out an empty Lennox unit. And we're throwing in another 3-ton here. Short line set right through the wall there. Checking my breaker. What do we got? 30 amp. That's what we got in the panel. So we'll leave that. Getting ready to flow my nitrogen and solder up out here. We went with a case coil on this one.
You soldered?
No. Corey's doctoring up the hole where the line set used to come out in this lower part. And we just made a short plenum up there. They had a straight plenum that was coming from here that obviously used to go to an old furnace. Actually, I don't know why they had that. Yeah, it must have been. Could have been. I'm not sure. Anyway, line set just pops out in that space right there. We gotta bend her down, solder it up. So we got the nitrogen flowing here. You know, I keep it just above 3, right in that barely moving range there. And right now the lines are open on the other end, so I've got to change from my big one, which I just soldered. Yeah, obviously we're wrapping with wet rags to protect the O-ring and the service valve. But you flow that nitrogen because this oxidation that happens on the outside is happening on the inside, and then they're worried about that crust coming loose and plugging up metering devices or whatever. So that's why you flow nitrogen when you're brazing. And I'm going to switch this over to the high side and flow through that, and then I'll leave it there when we solder the coil and it'll blow through the whole loop. So we pull the Schraders, of course, when we solder. So right now we're going to flow through the little guy, get about 3 psi, 3 or 4, whatever. Here's where I pulled my schrader from, where the gauges go on, and we're flowing through the little line. Solder joints, you need to make sure you're not just bunching up a bunch of solder right on that joint. You want to make sure it's flowing into that seam there. As far as it flows on the outside, it's flowing on the inside. Yeah, I'm done with the torque. Wrap, it's about 95 out here. A little toasty. I'm sure they'll be, it's 86 in the house. I'm sure they'll be happy to get her running. Measured up when we looked at it back in May. Wow, it's been since May already. Anyway, I just figured we'd keep some height. It's always good to get a little height off the top of the furnace to allow that air to, flow into that coil. So we just set it on top of that transition down below and made a new 7-inch plenum. Set the coil on top of that transition and put our 10 inches between the coil and the canvas.